And do you have a message for him?
Honestly, he got a fight next week, right? So it seemed like he focused on me, and Lamont Roach is focused on him. I think I'm gonna go put my bet in on Lamont Roach.
As you talk sports,
overall makeup of a Tank Davis is surprising to most fighters. It won't be surprising to Lamont Roach. And Lamont is a DMV fighter himself, which means he got that dog, you know? It's gonna be a good fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach are set to face off tomorrow, and boxing experts have shared their final predictions. Surprisingly, Lamont Roach's confidence throughout the press conferences and the entire build-up has caught the attention of some analysts, earning him their support. However, the unstoppable Gervonta Davis doesn't seem ready to let go of his flawless record anytime soon.
It comes to the invitation thing, but obviously he hit for a reason. He do what he's supposed to do with the guys that's in front of him. He got good.
Gervonta Tank Davis, holding a flawless record of 30-0 with 28 knockouts, is riding an incredible 21-fight streak of wins by knockout or technical knockout. Aside from his decision victory over Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Davis' most recent bout was in June, where he stopped Frank Martin in the 8th round, showcasing his speed and power. On the other side, Lamont Roach, a junior lightweight champion, is moving up in weight to take on Davis, one of boxing's most feared knockout specialists.
Look for him, you know? If you switch it up now, it ain't gonna do too much. We don't have enough time to switch it up, you know?
Some boxing analysts believe Gervonta Davis intentionally chose a lower-risk opponent to protect his undefeated record. They argue the fight lacks the excitement and challenge that a showdown with another top lightweight, like Teofimo Lopez, could have brought. Lopez himself has called the matchup a mismatch and says Lamont Roach's championship status doesn't impress him.
You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again.
They're matching him up with someone who usually fights at 130 pounds. Champion or not, it's clear they're bringing in a smaller fighter to move up in weight, making Davis look better in the process. As for me, I believe I can dominate any of them.
Alright guys, turn on and face the crowd. Turn on and face the crowd now. Cameras in the back, guys. Hector, camera in the back. Camera in the back.
Teofimo Lopez, a 2-division champion, recently said he's open to a fight later this year. In an interview with Fight Hype, Lopez questioned if Gervonta Davis is willing to face top opponents.
Building up his followers, you know, and now look where that got him. So the whole thing is all about, man, just I'm a real fighter. That's what it is, man. The truth. And the truth hurts a lot of people, but they gotta learn.
He mentioned the belief that Davis has been carefully guided by his team. Lopez pointed out Davis' hesitation to fight Vasily Lomachenko in the past, saying it showed a lack of confidence. He also questioned why Mayweather often spoke for Davis.
Words, take it in. I beat Lomachenko. For me, I scored a 9-3. For you guys, I could care less because y'all don't know shit about boxing.
Lopez also recalled a sparring session with Davis from 11 years ago, when Davis was an 18-year-old pro and Lopez was only 15. While he noted Davis' aggressive style, Lopez admitted there's not much to take from that experience today. He doesn't downplay Davis' skills, calling him a tough opponent in a past interview with Fight Sports, but Lopez still believes he's the only one who can beat.
I ain't one to fucking play with.
I respect it, man.
Tank isn't easy to beat. I guess it's up to me, Lopez said. Interestingly, Claressa Shields, who has criticized Davis before, gave a balanced prediction this time.
Like, he's a bad man. He can fight and stuff. I know we had our dispute back and forth, whatever, back in the day. And we talk about just boxing.
Hey, absolutely.
I don't know why people are overlooking Lamont. He had a strong amateur career, and he's tough and skilled, Shields said. Tank is Tank. He's a serious fighter, tough and talented. Despite their past feud, Shields added, at the end of the day, if we're just talking boxing, he's a good fighter, and I'm excited to watch the fight.
And I look forward to watching that fight.
Is this a pay-per-view fight though? Would you buy it? Are you gonna buy it?
I'll bought any fight that Tank has had pay-per-view. And I think that.
When asked if the fight was worth a pay-per-view purchase, Claressa Shields said, I've always bought Tank's fights, and I think Lamont Roach is worth watching. This fight will be very technical and skillful, and of course, we'll see Tank's power on display. May the best man win. On the other hand, Tim Bradley was far more critical, calling it the Tank Protection Program. He said, this looks like a complete setup. Put him in with someone who can punch back. They've been bringing up smaller fighters to make Tank look good. It's all a cover-up.
Fighters up from a lower weight class to get in there with Tank. Tank looks spectacular, but it's a cover-up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Tank is a good fighter. They're saying they don't have an opponent.
Bradley continued, I'll be honest. I think Tank is a good fighter, but they're acting like there's no opponent for him. Yes, there is. His name is Edwin de los Santos. Fans would gladly pay to see that fight, but they're hiding something. Maybe it's de los Santos' power they're afraid of. He added, Tank had a lot to say when Shakur Stevenson fought de los Santos, but now he won't get in the ring with him. That's the fight everyone wants. Nobody's buying this pay-per-view for Lamont Roach. People will tune in because it's Gervonta Davis. But if they're expecting big numbers, they'll be disappointed.
His name is De Los Santos, and the fans wouldn't mind paying for a De Los Santos fight, but they're covering something. I don't know what it is. Is it the power of
Welterweight contender Kenneth Sims Jr., who has faced both Roach and Davis, also shared his thoughts on the fight. Initially, Sims avoided making a prediction out of respect for both fighters. However, he eventually opened up, recalling some positive moments he shared with Roach when they fought in the semifinals at Nationals.
A fight that, like a great fight for boxing. I think that boxing fans are trying to, like, basically shut Lamont out. I don't know, maybe because he's not a big name.
When asked what each fighter needs to do to win, Illinois Kenneth Sims Jr. explained that both Roach and Davis are natural counterpunchers. To win, one of them will need to step out of their comfort zone and force the other to open up. Sims also pointed out that Gervonta Davis is a slow starter, often taking time to find his rhythm. Tank starts slow, but as the fight goes on, he picks up the pace and gets to work, Sims said. However, he believes Davis will need to apply pressure earlier than usual because Roach is quick and tends to build an early lead on the scorecards.
Looking forward to watching the fight.
Do you think the fact that it is going to be a technical fight, do you think that favors Lamont, or does it favor...
This was a surprising take, considering most have already dismissed Lamont Roach in his lightweight debut. When asked about the Davis vs. Roach matchup, promoter Eddie Hearn said Roach is a good fighter and felt the reaction to the fight was unfair. After the bout was announced for December 14th, many were surprised Davis chose Roach as his opponent.
The Gervonta Davis-Roach fight.
I think that, he's had a lot of criticism, but...
Hearn explained that as WBA lightweight champion, Tank had limited options for opponents. Ryan Garcia is suspended, Shakur Stevenson is injured, Isaac Pitbull Cruz just suffered a loss, and Devin Haney, after beating Vasily Lomachenko, chose to sit out the rest of 2024.
I won't be doing my phases for this one because we know the family,
Yeah.
That thing.
Bad fight, Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability. But
I see a nice competitive fight.
Nice competitive fight?
Yeah. He's not going to...
opponent, or that Lamont's not going to present a challenge.
It ain't no perception. Y'all know what it is, man. Tank picking and choosing. I always say personal, but at some point, Tank gotta take it personal. If I'm saying I think you a bitch because you fighting somebody that's really not a dog, that's really... Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to discredit Lamont Roach. I know Lamont Roach, he's a good guy, you know what I'm saying? I know his father, they all cool, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to everything. Don't think that you're fighting someone from the area and make it seem like it's Baltimore versus some dog from the area. Because that dog from the area is right here. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. He choosing. At some point, when does pride, when does ego, when does integrity kicks in and say, fuck it, I really do want to see, am I as good as I really think I am?
From a boxing standpoint, what makes Tank Tank? We see the power, but it's got to be more than that.
Nah, he's strategic. He's setting guys up. He been boxing since a little kid.